Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington, and I'm an original shark from the hit television show Shark Tank. And with me today is Adam Schwartz of the Merchant Marketplace. Adam, thanks for being here. You have such an unbelievable business. You fund small businesses with capital, right?
Correct.
I mean, I love you, all right? I mean,
Thank you.
If you're an entrepreneur and you're starting a business, that's the biggest challenge almost every entrepreneur has.
Absolutely.
How do I get my money, right? And so tell me how you got involved with this and in the beginning processes.
Sure.
Yeah.
So 2008, I was in the banking industry, and when it collapsed, what I found, you had 15 million small businesses who didn't have access to capital. The banks weren't lending.
Oh, wow.
And I had friends, family, people that wanted to be in the, needed capital.
Right.
They couldn't get it. I found a place that was actually lending money. And I said, how are you guys lending money? And they said, what we do something called merchant cash advance. And we get
merchant cash advance.
Merchant cash, right.
Nice.
And we get people money, or businesses, within 24 hours. I said, that can't be. I walked into the place. I spoke to the owner. I said, listen, is this true? He goes, absolutely. I said, then you know what? Get me involved. I want in. And from that minute, I've been doing it ever since.
That's amazing. I love that story. So now the process of advancing money there are other companies that do that now.
Sure,
I mean,
sure.
you ran into the kind of the one guy back then, but now then you started and
Correct.
Others have been doing it.
Absolutely.
There's competition, but is there something that you do different, better? What makes you unique over the competitors?
Kevin, that's a great question.
Yeah.
So it comes down to one thing, and that's technology.
Right.
And what that data allows us to do is look at a merchant or a business owner and their company within 1 hour and determine whether or not they should or qualify for capital.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
if they do, we can get them money same day, or in some cases the next day, but much quicker than any other platform that's out there today.
Right. Now, I understand banks, it's very tough to get money out of banks,
Very,
right?
very
Okay,
hard,
because
yeah.
they have such a responsibility for the people that are depositing the money in the bank, right? But so a bank has capital, but now you actually do something very creative because you have investors that help fund some of these deals, because there's plenty of people out there that understand funding. And with funding, you borrow X, you pay back more than X. So there's a profit, right?
Of
Okay.
course.
So you have investors that come in, they take a look at the deals, and I think I heard that you're funding these deals same day, next day type of thing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the key to this is basically giving our investors transparency. There are a lot of platforms out there today. They're doing it on spreadsheets. They're doing it by handshakes. What we've done is we've created an app similar to like a Robinhood,
right,
where an investor has full transparency and real-time data into their returns. So they have that information right at their fingertips.
Gotcha. So for anyone out there that might be saying, hey, can I get funded by Adam's company? Let's talk about the parameters you're looking for. They should be in business for a couple of,
but we'll do it
whatever,
depending on
right?
the industry, right? We'll do it as early as 6 months, but preferably a year.
Okay. But even a 6-month startup potentially can get funded.
Absolutely, because there are companies out of the gate, if they're showing significant revenue and month-over-month
Right. Gotcha.
we'll look at it for sure.
Okay, good.
We want to see about $10,000 minimum revenue monthly.
Okay.
And that's basically the parameters. If fit that criteria, you have potential to get funded.
I mean, look, $10,000 minimum monthly, that's a $100,000 a year company. Like, that's a pretty low number, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
So you're pretty much funding anybody that's got off the ground, been in business 6 months, has some cash flow. You take a look,
Absolutely.
and then are you getting a pretty good percentage of your people approved?
We approve at least 75% of the people that come in. And,
wow.
and I'll tell you, in the case of the merchant or the business owner who has $10,000, what we'll do is we'll give them a starter program. We'll give them, let's say, $3,000 or $4,000.
Right.
They pay, and as they pay it back, we let them know that at the 40 or 50% paid back mark, we'll give them additional capital.
Gotcha.
And every time, because we create relationships with our business owners, our merchants, because we want them to know that throughout the life cycle of their business, they're going to need capital.
Gotcha.
And at any point, they can come back to us. And once we have a working relationship, all we need is a bank statement. Let's say 2 or 3 months later, we see that the revenue is there, and we'll fund them same day.
Very, very powerful. So, I mean, in closing, let's talk about the future.
Sure.
Is there anything
Absolutely
that's going to be exciting for the company coming up?
Again,
Here?
great question, thank you.
Yeah.
So obviously we all know Cash App and Venmo, right? So we're in the process of building an app so that if a merchant needs capital, right, within a click of a button, it'll be in their wallet and they have access to it immediately.
Wow. Wow, that's
Right,
that's
that's
high
the future.
tech.
Yeah, that's the future of,
This is
of
the
funding.
future of
Absolutely.
using technology, basically,
Correct.
in apps and technology, and you're going to be able to think almost like they're funding themselves.
Take the
huh?
phone out of the pocket, hit the button,
And it's there.
literally within an hour you'll have money.
That's unbelievable. Fantastic. Well, listen, Adam Schwartz, fantastic having you with us. Merchant Marketplace, you've seen it here first, and I think Merchant Marketplace is a great source for funding for your small business if you're an entrepreneur. Thanks for being with us today. And thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Kevin.
Good having you. Take
Thank you.
care.